Hello, and welcome into the Blossom Tarot. I'm Gigi, and this is my channel. I know, guys, it's been a minute, but I am so happy when I do get on here and I can pop on here. I'm so happy to do so. And I promise you, just a few more months, and I will be home basically more often, and I'll have time to better balance it. But I basically have 4 days or like 3 days out of the week to focus on this side of my life. And sometimes it's like I have to run errands, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So like I'm still showing up as much as I can, But welcome in. I wanted to get this this video out because I feel like I always stop everything for eclipse season, because it's just like that energy is such raw power, and it's kind of a little bit unsettling, so I always get on around eclipse season to let people know, whether you are new in the spiritual community or whatever, okay, or you feel like you're in a place in your life where you are into your either heavily manifesting or you're setting your intention or whatever, but you're in this energy of like control. Like I understand, like we want to manifest things, but we have to let the energy of surrendering come in, and then let the energy of controlling to leave, to dissipate. Okay, so eclipse energy is not the time to heavily depend on spell work, to heavily depend on manifesting, to heavily depend on control, or whatever. And even like with our prayers or whatever, I keep saying or whatever, but even with our prayers, you know how you may have a person and they're like, oh, I really want them to go this way. This is what I want them to do with their life, versus like what they want to do with their life. Even, putting out your prayers and saying, oh, I pray that this, that, and the third happens for this person. And that's not technically what they feel is on their path or what God has planned for them. You know what I mean? Some people can use prayer as a form of control as well. So, taking all of that into consideration with eclipse season of, it's not the time to bottle up things. Like, it's not the time to really put and force intention and be gung-ho, behind things. So eclipse season to me it's the moon energy on steroids. And I always tell people that we go through the moons, we have our new moons, our full moons, whatever. You can work your magic with the moons, whatever, but at the same time, sometimes we don't have to do anything, because the moon waves are going to wash over you. Like, it is. Because the moon has such a powerful, potent energy on Earth as a whole, we don't have to do much, Like, we don't have to overdo the spell work or the intention or this or that. The energy is already there. It's already in the atmosphere, And when it comes to eclipse season, I just like to reiterate that, like, on steroids, okay? But, so this eclipse season it starts 2023, but it ends in 2025. I'll tell you the schedule. So, April 20th, 2023 already happened, Aries solar eclipse. The one coming up is the October 14th solar eclipse in the sign Libra. And you have March 25th, 2024. Libra again. Hold on, because this thing acting like it wants to. Let's see. Okay, yeah, and then you have April 8th, 2024, Aries solar eclipse. October 2nd, 2024, Libra solar eclipse again. We got a lot of Libra, okay? And then March 24th, 2020. Hold on. That calculation may be a little different, because I have that there's going to be eclipse under the full moon on October 28th. Oh, okay, to the 29th. Okay. And it's going to be under the sign of Taurus. But these are the lunar nodes. That's interesting. Let me see the degrees on that. Okay, yeah. Okay. It will be the 5th degree in Taurus under the full moon. But anyway, the one that's coming up next is October 14th. Moon in Libra, okay? And the eclipse energy is coming through at the 21st degree. So, eclipses is a time where whatever we are running from is revealed, okay? It's shown to us in a very loud way. And you just have to let the energy come through and do what it's going to do. That's just what it is. Could be shocking, could be... I always tell people to take it easy around that time. Make sure you're getting your rest, you're drinking your water, do your journaling, whatever. But it's just it's a good time for like rest. And even eclipse energy, the energy is so raw and powerful that sometimes you can feel like a little dizzy or just like a little like moon drunk, but like a little on the fritz when that eclipse energy comes through. Especially, people be outside with the damn glasses on trying to look at the eclipse, and it's just taking in all of that raw energy, okay? But anyway, the moon will be in the sign of Libra. This specific eclipse is called the Ring of Fire eclipse, okay? So I just feel like with that significance, and it says that we'll be able to see a ring of fire like around it. For me, fire is about purification. It's about that warrior spirit. It's about being able to transmute, whether it's anger or passion or sensual energy, right? Action-oriented energy, masculine energy. We may see a big change or a big shift in the masculine collective underneath this eclipse energy. So, but the ring of fire is like, to me, is that energy of like being thrown into the fire and coming out the phoenix, So this may be a very intense time for us. And with it being in the sign of Libra, this may be around partnerships, connection, businesses, your best friend, marriages, connections, all of that, contracts. But this can also be tied to karma as well. Like somebody could be getting their like late karma for something that happened a decade ago or whatever, So just like literally in this this Tupac case that's going on, they finally arrested a guy, and they have video footage and all of that. Leave it up to the astrology community, honey. They found out that first of all, Tupac had an Aries moon. And the day that it came out, the moon was in Aries. And then, or do you have an Aries, right? No, Aries moon. That explains the temper. But come to find out, the guy who supposedly did it is in his Saturn return. And he's in the late Saturn return. The one that comes like more so like in your 50s. Like, you're late. You have one that comes before adulthood or whatever. And it's just like... we may have a lot of situations like that where people feel like, oh, I got away with that, I got off scot-free, and the universe is like, no, you didn't, because that sign of Libra is about balancing the scales, doing the right thing, all of that. And the Justice card has been coming out in, and it's about business too and all that, but the Justice card has been coming out in the spread. Like, I see a lot of justice being dealt out in the proper way, and a very large emphasis on releasing, whether it's anger or whatever, releasing these things so it can be given to God, so it can be given to Holy Spirit, so it can be given to the universe, whatever you believe in, to then take care of it. If we are still wrestling with it, we can't let it go and let it be taken care of by God, okay? So you have to let it go. Anyway, around this time, self-exploration and a major metamorphosis and change is coming through. Guys, don't fight the change. Go with the change, okay? Go with the change. It's like, life may throw you in the fire just to come out the phoenix. And it's all done out of love. It's like God will never put more on you than you can bear. So understand, like, when you're being tossed into the ring of fire, that it's for a reason. and that you will come out on the other side, you know, with more lessons, with blessings, with whatever it is that you needed to pull out of yourself that was laying dormant had not you gone through whatever that was, whatever the Ring of Fire gauntlet was for you. Okay, now I have it all written up here. Okay, so for Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, this is going to be all about confronting fears coming from the past. And it's funny, because Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, I feel like, especially Aries and Cancer, I've been picking up energies on like Aries and Cancer that like it's time to move away from the past, right? And or heal from the past fears and embrace basically the new energy or newfound energy of like, even because I started doing zodiac readings on Twitter. I did Aries first, and Aries was about like creativity, but it wasn't creativity in a way of like, oh, I'm gonna express myself, I'm gonna use this art medium or whatever. It was creativity in terms of like, okay, you keep responding to life the same way, you have the same exact schedule, you are doing the same things over and over again, and it's not, and you're trying to figure out why you don't feel that spark in life or that pizzazz in life anymore. And it's because like you're waking up, you're doing the same exact thing over and over every day. Like there's no room for creativity. But Spirit was saying that like they're going to throw like a surprising energy at Aries just to see how they're going to handle it, because they handle everything the same way. And in this situation, Aries won't be able to handle it in the same way that they have always handled things. And it was like a test there. But that was the creative aspect. The creative aspect was not like, oh, I'm going to express myself, draw something, whatever. The creative aspect was like, okay, well, if I throw this at you, what other solutions can you bring to the table? Besides the ones that you have your tried and true methods or whatever, right? So I know for Aries specifically that this tried and true way of like, I'm going to fight for everything, war for everything, do this like the same thing over and over again. And Aries can have that rigid energy. This eclipse is going to help push them out of that or whatever. But cardinal signs, okay? So Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, all right? Let's see. Yeah. The energy here, because we're also flipping the nodes. So the North Node is going to be in Aries now, and the South Node is going to be in Libra. And that's major because Aries North Node, this is talking about, okay, I'm going to bet on myself. You know what I mean? I'm going to focus on myself. Libra and the South Node, this is the energy of codependency, dealing with bad deals, still being connected to people who've hurt you time and time again, who've betrayed you over and over again. But again, that's that energy of wanting to keep everything the same, keep everything stuck, all that, we're going to be in the energy of like figuring it out. We may see a lot of rise of new entrepreneurs, people, of course, singledom, being single. Aries is the single sign. There are a lot of Aries. It's a thing. There's a lot of Aries women who just end up single as they grow older or whatever. And sometimes it is due to that rigid structured energy, okay? But let's see. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, these are my fixed signs. Shout out to us, okay? Let's see. May not bring it may not bring a major karmic event for fixed signs. Yeah, that's one's gonna, that, Lord, I can't even get my damn words out. The fixed signs, we're getting hit up on October 28th because the energy is in the sign of Taurus. So Taurus is going to get rocked in some sort of way. But I feel like it's a positive way because for fixed signs, this is more so about, we have an opportunity for inner healing. I know that as an Aquarius, I feel that for myself right now. That, I don't know, all of a sudden, I don't know, I feel like I'm back in my energy. Like I was dealing with anger for a while. So like I'm back in my energy And I'm more so of like now back in that self-aware vibe of like, okay, Gia, what is that you need to heal from? How are you in your own way? What are the negative narratives that basically life has taught you, experiences has taught you, whether it's about men, whether it's about finances, whether it's about just having a wider mental perspective, whatever. Like being very aware of these negative narratives that just make my life and my mind more narrow. You know what I mean? So being able, because whatever we think is like what's coming towards us. Like it's just so weird how we view life. And it's not just how we view life, our life perspective, bro. It's like, it's really what we believe about life. So some people can get away, you know, like, oh, that's why sometimes in a manifesting community, I'm just kind of like, okay, y'all kind of peddling bullshit, because people are like, oh, your thoughts is this, that, and that. And it's not technically your thoughts that you're manifesting, but and look, 555 came up. It is your beliefs that you're manifesting. Like what you truly believe. Like if you believe, oh man ain't shit, guess what? That's exactly what your experience will be, because you have a belief in that. You have a rock solid belief in that, right? So it's not like, oh man, I had a negative thought, I had an intrusive thought, oh my God, that's gonna come towards me. No. We're not manifesting our thoughts. We're manifesting our beliefs into reality. So, and when it comes, and I love that. I love that so much, because when it comes to our belief systems, it takes a long time for something to become a belief. Well, if you're an Aquarius and if you're a fixed sign, because I'm talking to the fixed signs now. If you are a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, it takes you forever. Okay? It takes us forever to believe some shit. Like we're not the I feel like the cardinal signs and let's see, and maybe the mutables. No, not the mutables. I feel like the cardinal signs are more so like, oh, okay, I'll go with that. The Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, maybe not Capricorn, but maybe so. I don't know. But for the damn, for sure, fixed signs, it takes us forever to be sold on something. So then when we're sold on it, then we're like, oh, okay, nah, I really believe that, right? So like, if you go talk to a fixed sign and like somebody's like, the conversation is aliens real, right? Each fixed sign will come to their own conclusion and they gonna stand on their 10 about it. Like for me, yes, they are. But like it could be a Leo in the group and they're like, no, I don't believe it. And we're all gonna be really stern and really and really like straightforward in the sense of like, this is what I believe and this is how I got to the conclusion of what I believe, right? So it's about the belief system, right? So I'm gonna say that for fixed signs, the eclipse coming forward in Libra is about, and I would say this is going to be your beliefs around partnership, okay? Around partnership, whether you've been sharked in the past in business. That actually came up for Gemini, weirdly. I did read it on them. But whether you've been sharked in the past, whether your relationships in the past were very negative. Look at all these confirmations. Ding, ding. I'm just going to take it as confirmation. And it's funny because an actual Leo is texting me right now. So, and I'm on their energy. But what else? Documentation. I shouldn't sit like that. I look like a turtle. Documentation, paperwork, law, karma, all of that. In some way, shape, or form, this eclipse could be triggering inner healing for us. For us, thank God, it's not going to be it's not going to be too loud. But at the same time, that really depends on your chart, who you are, all of that, the energy that's present in your chart. But yeah, so this is more so about tapping into the inner self, the inner healing. And like I said, I just intuitively feel that it's about our beliefs in partnership. And it's so crazy because that shit is on brand for me right now. And it's not even October 14th. But it is the 7th. So energies can linger about a week prior and a week after. So, prior. especially if your antenna is sensitive. Okay. What else? Mars and Scorpio for us specifically can help us tap into our emotional depths, which is a great time for therapy. It's a great time for journaling. Also physical activity to release pent up energy and emotions. I cannot stress how much moving your body helps your emotional and mental state. For me, as a Sagittarius woman, and then even as an Aquarius moon. Aquarius moons, we're not super emotional. So throughout my life, I've had problems like identifying like certain emotions. Just like, because for one, we're kind of like far removed. We're kind of like nonchalant, like, oh, okay, that shit happened, but whatever. Right? But then like if anger pops up, I'm like, where's this anger coming from? It's like, oh, this anger is coming from the time that I was betrayed and da da da, but I was just like, no, so nonchalant about it. Now it's coming up, you know? So, for air signs specifically, I'll just say, and fire signs, I feel, but for anybody, for everybody, when you are present in your body, like in air signs, we have such a issue with being present in our body. Like we're the astro travel queens. You know, we're the dreamscape queens. You know, we're in the ethers, we're the antennas, we're in the cosmos, we're on every other planet except the one that we are on right now. You know what I mean? Our mind is lost in thoughts sometimes. Well, I'm not claiming that. Our mind is clear, you know, but that's what it is. Air signs, we are almost like the tastemakers, but we come up with all the ideas. Like we're like this, you know, inventor, mad scientist type energy, and sometimes it's hard to shut that off. But one way, especially for air signs, but for everybody, to induce deep healing on an emotional level and a mental level is to activate your physical body. Like, oh my God. Me as a Sagittarius rising, I am less angry when I work out. Like there's in some way I have to exert my fire, my passion in some sort of way, and that's what's best for me. But for us, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, this is the energy. Okay, it's time for us to release pent up energy and emotions. Okay, and I'm gonna just put that out there. Mars and Scorpio, that's very sexual energy. So yeah, I feel like throwing that out there. Some of us could be learning how to balance that with this, with the solar eclipse coming in the sign of Libra, which talks about balance and things like that. Yeah. My fixed signs, we may be stepping into celibate waters. Very interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of just intuitively reading. Okay. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Let's see. The focus is on achieving spiritual balance and mindfulness. Spiritual balance and mindfulness. Intuitively, Virgo and Gemini is standing out to me in terms of like, y'all have too much going on in the mind or business. Y'all aren't making enough time for whether it's church, whether it's the Bible, whether it's meditation, whatever it is. You're so bogged down with like the next thing that's on the to-do list. See, sometimes I just be like, I don't even need no cards. It's too much going on in the to-do list and work and all these things, and you're not making enough time for yourself. So the solar eclipse is going to push you into doing so. Pisces, what's going on with you is that you are lost in, I don't want to say lost, but you're tied up in what is going on, something connected to your family, but it's something about emotions. It's like your emotions, whether it's sadness, your feelings, okay? You're tired up, you're tied up and trying to navigate the ocean of all of your feelings right now, instead of being present in your spiritual practice and in your mindfulness. Sagittarius, you're moving too fast. Whether it's starting many different projects, And actually physically going from this place to the next place, this place to the next place. That's crazy because I got a Sagittarius rising and I just put two and two together. It could be traveling, it could be your mind traveling too much. You know, you're going from this thing to this thing, this thing to this thing. And for some, I'm getting like 10%. Some of y'all are dealing with a partner that's like combative. It's a lot of bickering, going back and forth and all of that. All of these things are taking you away from your spiritual balance and mindfulness. So you may have a moment with this solar eclipse in Libra that's like, out of chaos comes balance. Is kind of, I don't know, for some reason it's what I'm picking up. Okay. So it could be some sort of chaotic blow up, and then it really refocuses you to like, oh my God, hold on, I need a moment to myself. So I'm also getting that Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces Hermit season is among you. Okay, it's coming in. Let's see. Yeah. For sure, Saturn and Pisces is affecting this energy, which talks about, it's teaching you how to establish healthy boundaries, you know, personally and professionally. But for most of you guys, this is personally. Sagittarius is professionally. Gemini is like 50-50. Gemini is both. You can be needing to put in healthy boundaries both personally and professionally. Virgo is personally. Virgo has it together professionally because they're so focused on that. And it is throwing their spiritual balance and mindfulness. You know, they need to make time. All of us, we all have to make time for our mind, body, soul, spirit. That's just what it is. Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Pisces, honey. With Saturn in the sign of Pisces, okay? When Saturn pulls up, karmic justice is near. So, y'all, hold on. At this moment, it will behoove you to choose the high road. It's not the time for petty beef, drama, starting shit, being a pistol starter, because Saturn is on y'all ass right now, okay? And then I said that earlier. And not only that, oh, wow. This is interesting because you got Saturn pulling up, which is the planet of karma. And then you have Libra, which is like the house, the sign, the zodiac of justice and karma. And for Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, both of these energies are fusing. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, y'all got to watch it. Saturn and Pisces, this is not the time for my mutables to be lost in the sauce, right? Oh, I did this. I lashed out in anger because, oh, I thought this. It's not the time to jump to conclusions, because Pisces can give that very almost like sedated sedated, loopy, like emotional vibe of like you're going off of your emotions, not your logic, and the conclusion you jumped to was just not it. Like, it could be the energy of missing the mark a little bit, you know. Pisces is very daydreamy. It's very, you know, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to drink. We're going to, like, all of that. It's like everything. Like, don't get lost in the feeling of everything is what I'm really getting for my mutables here. Yeah, that Saturn karmic energy is a little wild. So for my fixed signs, we're getting hit up on the 28th. Aries and Libra, though, moving forward in 2023, honestly, in 2023, Aries can really win, or moving forward, like with the North Node switch. Like the North Node energy is like, okay, the collective is trying to get in alignment with Aries energy, but in Aries is already alignment with Aries energy. So Aries can actually take that energy and push forward, and gain a lot of gains. Just period. Now, if we have Aries who have codependency issues and things like that, it's the needing the Libra energy in the South Node is over codependency on needing, whether it's community or like people around you or whatever, or this contract, oh, I need this support with this, I need this support with this, which, I mean, yes, you do, but there is a thin line between community and codependency if it's always, oh, I need to go here, I need to get help, I need to da-da-da-da. So, but for the most part, I feel like if Aries, like, Aries, I'm doing that motion of just like, if Aries is confident, you know what I'm saying, and on a 10 about whatever they want to do, this is it, it's a good time to do that moving forward. But off the rip, we're going to see a lot of more single people, and we're going to see, we've already been seeing that, but with this Libra, I feel like I'm always talking about that, and I'm not always trying to talk about that, but yeah, Libra South Node is the energy of like, we're breaking the contracts. And also, with solar eclipse in this Libra energy, there could be an ending to karmic soul contracts. Like, just all of a sudden, it's just something combusts and it's over. And then on the other side, there can be karmic or soul contracts coming together out of nowhere. So that's, yeah. It honestly, so like the moon in Libra, again, partnership, all of that, this could be a business deal, boom, comes out of nowhere with eclipse season. Right? This could be a business deal falling apart. Boom. Because it is like what we are running from. But it just depends, because it depends on whatever we're running from, how it meets us. Because say somebody who's non-committal or whatever, right? And what they were running from was marriage and a commitment and a beautiful partner and all these things. Well, all of a sudden that could be, with the eclipse season, with this Libra energy, that could be the thing, right? That meets them. And then they're like, okay, I went through the ring of fire, now I'm ready. Like, for some, it can be whatever they're running from is getting, like, they're running from independence because they're being codependent in, whether it's a marriage, a business, whatever the hell it is, home environment, whatever. The change could come that boom, that falls apart. So it just really depends. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't only depend on like, oh, what our birth chart is. It also just depends on who we are as human beings and our experience while we're, right now and how we're here. So, that's what I have for y'all. And also this week, like the first week of October, like to the 11th, I want to say, well, you can say the 14th, we're in the phase of the year where we have some of the most powerful energies coming throughout the whole zodiac season. So, and it's so funny because I just feel like October is the season for it. Like, for energy to be everywhere. And we all know when it comes to like the esoteric and things like that, October is that month where people get, okay, like down and dirty with stuff. Let me see. Yeah, I could do the next upcoming week. So October 9th to the 15th. Venus is opposite Saturn. So that means restriction around your love life, finances. Something could take a little bit of time, delays, limitations on that. When it comes to relationships, there may be a little rough patch, right? But with Venus opposite Saturn, this is just the energy of where this is the time where you have to put in the work in the relationship, right? And when I say put in the work, I'm not talking about running behind somebody who done cheated on your ass. I'm not talking about running behind people who done already showed you they don't give a damn. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about, okay, you know what? I used to shut down. Now I'm going to show up and communicate with my man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Somebody could have been dealing with being more affectionate, right? Okay, well now I'm gonna put in the extra hard work to be more affectionate, right? Oh, this is my love language. This is, let me hear him out. Let me listen deeper. Let me shut up while he talking, while she talking. Let me do practical things that helps our day move smoother. Let me, like that. It's the hard work and like that. And I'll be having to explain that because y'all know me. I'm all that Aquarius and Saturn energy. I don't believe in emotional codependency. What else? Yeah, good time for organization and paying off debts. Venus is like how you keep your home and all of that as well. So, oh, that's interesting. For my Aquariuses, Pluto goes direct. Wait, what's Pluto? Is that in Capricorn? All right, October 12th, Mars enters Scorpio, which we were talking about for the fixed signs. All right, but be careful with that, especially Scorpio placements, Aries, Sagittarius. Mars and Scorpio energy can be combustible, but this is water and fire, so there's a lot of sexual energy there. But at the same time, this could be the energy of like people want revenge and they're ready for war, all of that. This could be Scorpios in particular. And I have warned, oh, never mind. That was the other. That was Gemini, Virgo, let's see. Mars trines Saturn. Okay, so the moon enters Libra on October the 12th. And then we have the eclipse on October the 14th. All right. Let's see. We can skip that. So the moon enters Libra on the 12th. So October 13th, Mars trines Saturn. Oh, that's actually good. So with Mars trines Saturn, your hard work, your energy, your effort, the energy that you're exerting and whatever you're trying to achieve discipline in or self-mastery in, it is going to pay off. So I love that a lot. This is a time where you can also earn respect and support with like showing up real, just almost like stoic. Like, I'm not for the bullshit. I'm focused on my business. You know what I mean? Like, you just real showing up with like a no nonsense attitude. Yeah, Mars and Saturn. That's very there's a very sexual vibe that I'm getting from the charts this week in October. And again, we're going into Scorpio season. Scorpio season bring out all that freaky shit. Yeah. Oh, this is also a good time for, okay, so long-term contracts and commitments with Saturn. Saturn is all about tradition. Saturn is the husband, Saturn is the traditional, anyone who has, I guess it's more like earth sign, water sign-ish. I don't know. But like anyone who's wanting that like traditional family down home vibe or whatever, Mars trines Saturn. This is a good time to commit like a long-term situation like that. Like your hard work is gonna pay off. Okay. Like it's a good time to fight for things and put in the hard work, energy, and effort of things that you want to commit to for a long time. Okay. All right, solar eclipse. Da, 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 da. Let me see, because I don't really want to go into the star like that. It's yeah, no, I don't want to get into like conjuncting stars and all that. It's just too leveled. I mean, too, you know. Okay. I love this. I love this as an Aquarius energy. So, October 14th through the 17th, okay. Big major influence from the eclipse happening, but the sun quincunxes Uranus. Love this, okay? So Uranus is unsettling energy, like the Aquarius that I am. So like we can switch channels and go from one thing to the next, one thing to the next. That's why Aquarius is connected to the nervous system, Uranus, all of that. We're the wild cards, unpredictable, all that. Okay, so take good care of your nervous system at this time, around that time, but we should be doing it all the time. Again, a good time to work out and get your nerves in order. But this is a beautiful, beautiful time for creative self-expression. Okay, the sun is all about the self. It's about our essence. It's about our energy. It's about who we are. It's about how we dress ourselves, how we show up, how we take care of ourselves, health. But it is about creativity and self-expression. The sun is connected to Leo energy as well. The sun gives us life, period. Okay. But yeah. So that's cool. You can go with the flow with that. And again, with sun and Uranus energy, like you could just be feeling like anxious or like it's too much energy surging, you know, but just try to regulate your nervous system. Okay. And that's it. You know, just at base, be prepared for things to come out around things that are connected to the 7th house. But it is in a new moon. So new moon is about new beginnings and things like that. Okay. So romantic partners, all of that. Some people can be meeting people out of nowhere. And this solar eclipse is teaching us how to get out our own way. I know that for me, I feel like that's the vibe. Like I'm right now working on how to get out of my own way. Also though, this is deeper. Intuitively, we're working through the contracts that we've made in life right now. So that could be anything. Because let me tell you, like a contract is so simple, right? Like, okay, say you and a karmic come together because y'all both have daddy issues or y'all both have mommy issues, right? Well, that's some people may not even put together like, oh, this is why this person's in my life. This is why this person's in my life. We are at this point, I feel like it's easier to identify I have an issue with this person because of my inner core belief on this, or because of my inner core belief connects, or my inner core belief around this wound connects to this person's same inner core belief connected to the same wound. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like right now we're getting epiphanies about the contracts that we've made, whether that is physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, whatever. We're getting clarity around, honestly, what we've signed up for. Libra is all about contracts. It's all about partnership. It's about, well, I did this in the relationship and you did this. Like, it's like, you know how if you're in a toxic relationship, right? You can say it all night, all day until you blue in the face. This person is toxic. This is that. But on your side of the bargain, you stayed. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, we're kind of getting down to the nitty gritty of like, and I want y'all to think about that. Whatever you're coming across, say you're in a toxic work environment, right? How are you in compliance to that? Like, how have you said, I've accepted this contract, right? You know, of so-and-so. Because what we are okay with dealing with, we are okaying a contract with. Like, we are in agreement too, you know? And it's funny because life isn't like, oh, everything's a contract. Like, oh, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to make a contract with my best friend that we're going to learn about codependency. It's really like underneath the surface. It's like on a soul level. Or I don't know if it's underneath the surface or over the surface. Okay. But it's not blatantly there. Like on the surface, we're just like, oh, that's my buddy, or oh, it didn't work out with them, or oh, whatever. But when we're looking at things from a higher perspective or from a spiritual perspective, or if we're looking at things on a subconscious level, that's what I'm saying, it could be over or under, right? Subconscious level, then we're starting to understand, like, we're not missing these things. Like, oh, okay, you came in my life because this, that, and the third, and da-da-da, right? And this is what I've learned from it. This is what I have to push forward through. This is the reason why. So get clear on your contracts, you know, of like, what you signed up for, what you're accepting, what you are not willing to accept, and all of that, okay? So that's what I have. I just thought that, man, and then I'll come back and talk. October 28th, I'll be back. That's going to be in the sign of Taurus, and that's the fixed signs when we get banged up. But I don't want to say banged up. When we get our big change. But we're all changing no matter what sign you're in, or you are. We're all experiencing the eclipse. We're all going to be under the eclipse energy. So, you know, we just going to let it be, whatever it is, okay, and do our best. So, but we should all be on a deep self-exploration journey. So we can just constantly evolve, you know, whether that's mentally, spiritually, physically. I understand that every single day isn't going to be perfect for us to be able to hit the nail on everything every day, but we should be on a day-to-day focused on evolving ourselves in at least one of the three sectors of mind, body, soul, or mind, body, spirit. Okay? So, sending you love and light. Y'all have a good one. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Readings are coming.